So I am getting my nails done at the nail salon, and I'm getting a pedicure. But look at these pedicure bowls. Are those not cute or what? I have never seen that before. Let's go with the jelly. Number 4. Yeah. Is that not cute or what? That's the little pedicure bowls. Those are so cute. Okay, so earlier I created a video talking about waist cinchers and waist trainers, and it took me like 25 minutes to do that video, and now I can't upload it, and I want to do a few videos today, so I decided to go ahead and do a video while I'm getting my nails done. Having a little short set thingy today, little ruffles, just something to throw on while I'm getting my nails did today. Waist cinchers. So waist cinchers and fajas and waist trainers. So waist trainers are not good for you as soon as you get your BBL, from what the doctor says. I was told not to wear a waist trainer or a waist cincher for like 3 to 6 months because it would mess up my work. I actually started wearing the, if you see me moving, as you know, I have the massage in the back. I started wearing my waist trainer and waist cinchers about a month after my BBL. And I started wearing it at first with the foam. So I would put my faja on, I would put my t-shirt or tank top on, and then I would wear the foams, and then I would put the waist trainer on top of the foams. And I think that's what kind of saved my stomach from looking funny. So if you want to wear your waist trainer or waist cincher, I believe that it's okay to do that. It's just my opinion. I think you can do that as long as you put it over your foams. I started doing that at about a month. Now, I also started wearing just my waist trainer at about a month and a half, about 2 weeks later. Without the foams too, but not the whole time. So I would do it like for a couple of hours. I would put on my waist trainer, and then I would take it off, and just wear my foams and put my foams back on. Now I had the time to do that, to go back and forth each day. I don't know if you have that luxury. I was working from home. I had the opportunity to work from home and heal and things like that, which allowed me to go back and forth during the day. But I don't know, maybe you can just wear the waist trainer when you sleep or when you take a nap or just for while you're getting dressed in the morning, but I didn't wear it all day, just the waist trainer. And this is, again, a month after getting my BBL. I think that, No. Oh, okay. I think that doing that, wearing the foam, is actually a good way to do it and not mess up your stomach, because again, it was like a month when I started doing that. And then wearing just the waist trainer as well 2 weeks later, a month and a half, just for like a couple hours. And that's a way to get the hourglass and kind of train your body to shape into the hourglass. So the other thing was the waist cinchers. Waist cinchers are different than a waist trainer. Waist trainer actually covers most of your torso, your stomach, the waist trainer, and shrinks it in. The waist cinchers can cover just your pelvis, just the top part of your stomach, or just the middle to give you that hourglass curve. Waist cinchers will cinch a certain area instead of covering, most of it. And I'll show you, what that is, the difference between the two, probably in a different video because I'm at the nail shop now. um, but that's a way that you can, little tip and trick to train your body to form into an hourglass shape where your waistline is smaller. If you choose to do it with a faja, then you would have to go and get your faja taken in or take it in yourself just at the waistline. Because if you buy a smaller faja, then you're gonna buy a faja that's smaller in the legs and the butt area too, which means you're gonna put pressure on your butt or your legs and hips, and you might lose that fat. You're not supposed to put any pressure on those areas for 6 weeks. That's why you can't sit. So if you buy a smaller faja to accommodate your waistline, then you're going to be putting pressure on that. And that's how some of the ladies who get the BBLs actually end up losing most of their fat. If you want to keep that area big and juicy and voluptuous, and you just want to cinch or make your waistline smaller, then you're going to have to buy things that are just going to put pressure on your waistline and not anything else. So taking your faja in only on the waistline, that original faja that you get when you're swollen, that's one way of doing it. And the other way of doing it is, as I said, buying the waist trainers and the waist cinchers, something that's just taking the waistline in. As you get smaller, your waistline is the only thing that you're going to put pressure on to make you smaller, instead of everything, because everything's going to get smaller if you put pressure on it. Including your butt and your hips, and that's what you just paid for, to put fat in there to make them bigger, so you don't want to do that. The other option is the more expensive option, and that is to go with curvy girl fajas. Curvy girl fajas are awesome from what I understand. I don't have one myself. I didn't actually need to do that. I was going to get one, and I'm still considering it. I think it's a good idea to do it, you know. Especially knowing that you're going to be changing for the next year. Yes, thank you. If you know you're going to be changing for the next 6 months to a year, you know, it's good to go ahead and invest in a good curvy girl faja. And the reason it's called curvy girl is because it's easier for you to get that hourglass. It's a full faja, and the faja is bigger on the waistline and the hips, and then it's really small on the it's bigger on the hips and the butt area, and it's really small in the waistline. So it gives you the hourglass by just wearing it every day. You don't, so that is a way you can do it, but they are expensive. You do have to measure yourself. You have to take your measurements, and you have to send in your measurements. It's time consuming, and it's more expensive because they have to then make the faja for you. So you're looking at, some time, probably like 30 days to maybe even a month and a half. I don't know. Don't have one yet, before you get your faja. And so it's pretty time consuming, and it's expensive. It is like, I think they're like $150 to $300 to get the curvy girl faja. So you're going to pay a pretty penny to get those. So that's some little hourglass tips. I'm gonna say that I really enjoyed a lot better than thinking about, waiting for a faja, measuring myself, and even worrying about buying another faja, and if it's going to take away the fat that I just paid to get put in my hips and my butt. I really enjoyed just being able to put on a waist cincher or a waist trainer and taking it off, not even having to deal with the faja, really, a lot of times. Now, you should always wear your faja. I say wear your faja. I'm a big believer in wearing your faja, don't get me wrong, but there were some times where I just put on the waist trainer. I didn't wear the faja. I just put on the waist trainer. If I wanted to relax and give my body a rest from that faja, I put on my waist trainer, I put on my waist cincher, and I was still compressing, because that is where I got the liposuction. So that's where I needed to compress. Now, it's going to be different for different people. If you get liposuction on your thighs or your legs or your hips, of course, a waist trainer is not going to give you the comfort that you would get from just wearing your faja, because the swelling hurts, okay? Most of us are getting liposuction in our waistline. So that's where we're swelling. That's where you're swelling, where you remove the fat. The swelling is your body trying to heal and get that blood flow back together, so it swells and puts fluid there. So you have the swelling that happens in your body. I explained that in a different video. Go check it out. So you have the swelling that occurs. When they swell, that hurts. It hurts really bad, okay? So that's where you get the compression. The compression feels really good, you know, because the swelling feels like needles just sticking you. That hurts. So you just start to swell. So if you're wearing a faja or a waist cincher to keep that swelling down, it feels good. That pressure feels good. You don't swell. You don't have that pain. Most of the time we're taking from our waist, our midsection, our obliques, and our back, the fat from there, and we're putting it in our butt. So a waist cincher works. If you get your arms liposuction, some women get liposuction. They take the fat from different areas because they don't have a lot of fat. Not everybody has a lot of fat around their waistline. So some people want to take them from their legs or their thighs because they can spare fat there. Some people their arms, and you know, they put it in their butt or their hips. So you have to wear your faja for that type of relief. But for me and for women that were shaped like me, we took it from our midsection, and that's where we compress, and that's where we need to compress to have that comfort of the swelling. So if you do that, you can, oh, she's too cute. If you do that, you can actually just wear the waist trainers a lot, and you don't have to go with the full faja because you don't need the compression on the legs or the arms. So I was able to do that for that reason. We're all different, you know, our bodies heal different ways, but the benefit of surgery and 2019 technology is we can actually choose the way we want to look, you know, and that's really the case when it comes to surgery and liposuction. You know, we can now choose the way we want to look. So I think that it'll benefit you to get a waist cincher or a waist trainer, and 2 fajas, one to wear when you are washing the other one, and one should definitely be just a little bit smaller, maybe one size than the first one, the original one. Don't go too small because again, you're going to put compression on your butt and your hips, and you're going to lose the size you paid for. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and end this so this won't be too long, and I'll still be able to upload it. And then I will make a second video later when I get home, showing you guys the waist cinchers and my waist trainer, and kind of elaborate on it. So this is just a few tips and tricks on how to get that hourglass, because when you have liposuction, no matter what your shape was before, you can reform and reshape your body into an hourglass. That's what the liposuction is for. You know, that's what these tips and tricks are for, to help you get that. That's what surgery is for. And your doctor will tell you that you can have that, and that's what you're paying for, and you can have it. Just because you have a certain type of body type before, don't mean that you can't have an hourglass. You can't be voluptuous. You can't have a certain, yes you can, yes you can. You just have to know what to do. All right.